My lovely friends, my lovely, beautiful friends. I missed you. Anyway, this is what we got to talk about again, and I don't want to. I really don't. But I have no choice. You see, I don't have a choice. A new record high for the stock market today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average made a miraculous, literally nothing short of miraculous turnaround. Again, stocks opened lower, triple digits. Well, that all changed after Federal Reserve Chairperson Yellowstone Powell decided to tell the market, don't worry about it. The Fed's going to buy it all. And all of a sudden we reversed. Dow Jones Industrial Average went from like negative triple digits to finishing over 400 points higher at a new record high. Just freaking lovely. Welcome to the Freak Show. If this is the first time you've ever been here, I doubt it. Most of you have been with me for a very, very long time. So again, another record-setting day. And when you have an environment like this, that is this sick and this twisted, what else would you expect to happen? I know there's a lot of people out here still yelling and screaming about a market crash. In fact, I think it's supposed to come up in April. And Bitcoin going to zero. And I don't know, maybe the Bible can tell you when we're going to crash. I know there's a guy out here who believes that. He's on a lot of shows lately. Anyway, you can't make that stuff up. It's impossible to do. Which version of the Bible are you using, sir? The one that's only 300 years old, or the one that's older than that? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of versions out there. Anyway, let's talk. So, absolutely, new record high for the market. No surprise to you. What's driving this? Again, it's the Fed. Absolutely, we know this, and we're going to cover a lot more moving forward. But crude oil continues to get bid higher. People, it's an incredible phenomenon to watch. I explained to you that this would happen. Crude oil is the lifeblood of the military-industrial complex. They will prop up crude oil for several reasons. Look at the energy sector today. The entire energy sector got bid up on the back of rising crude oil. And bank stocks, well, they got bid higher too. And you know why. The investment banks are leveraged beyond their eyeballs in crude oil. Okay, so crude not only boosts the energy sector, it boosts the financial sector too. And banks are obviously doing well here because of this rising yield environment, for which the 10-year yield today hit 1.42. 1.42. It did come down a little bit, 1.38, and the dollar made a nice reversal. Dollar was higher after Fed Chair Yellowstone, yeah. I'm getting the stains confused here because we got Yellowstone, Treasury, Yellowstone, Fed. And look, I know some of you are getting offended by these kind of nicknames. And if you don't like the nicknames, go away, please. Seriously, if you can't handle it, you just got to go. I can't believe there are actually people who get offended by me calling a Fed chair thing that's not even human a Yellowstone. And this Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, stain, that offends you too. I think you have a pretty pathetic life if that really gets to you. None of this other stuff gets to you. The fact that the Fed is literally buying everything. That's okay, right? Oh. But the stain bothers you. It doesn't matter what's actually going on. Why don't you go suck your thumb somewhere? You want to see what it looks like? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Anyway, so crude oil today, crazy. You got cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, still in this phase here of consolidation. In my view, I told you this. You must understand market cycles. Okay, market dynamics. Once you get a handle on that, well, you know what? A whole new world is going to open up to you. Until that time, you're going to remain lost. That's true. Gold and silver today. It did pretty good, getting a bit higher. Okay, there still the price action of gold and silver has a zero bearing on reality. It is the super bank of Wall Street, J.P. Morgan, who will continue to rig the price of gold and silver until when? Until they can't. So take advantage of it, embrace it, love it, cuddle up with it, think about it, dream about it. Okay, because that's what I do. That's really the truth. So what I want to do now is cover the day's events with you so we can laugh together or cry together, whatever you want. It's up to you. So let's start off with, this is Bloomberg. Here's the headline from Bloomberg. Are you ready? Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, Yellowstone, for those of you who don't like it, signaled that the central bank is nowhere close to pulling back on its support for the market. You can't make it up. There's the headline for you. As you can see, market loved it. Let us move forward. Again, I talked about the 10-year yield earlier today, 1.42. Market wasn't liking it initially, but the market got off big time. On Yellowstone, he just, promised the world to the market. It's incredible. It really is. We're going to talk more about that. So here we go. I've been telling you that corporations are buying Bitcoin, the banks, you got hedge funds. Here's MicroStrategy buys another $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Just lovely. You think they're the only ones? Oh no, Tesla too. Oh, there's a lot of other ones, but you're not supposed to know that. Now, again, it was amazing to me to watch Fed Chair Yellowstone talking and how the market was just loving it. I mean, every word out of this man's mouth made the market more multi-orgasmic. But it's the way it is. Oh, you're going to love this one. So speaking of JP Morgan, the super bank here, JP Morgan says, this is a quote, "It's hard to find any bubbles in the stock market." You can't make that stuff up, people. It's an impossibility. Here's me. In your wildest dreams, it's impossible to make this stuff up. You can't do it. You can't do it. Now, here we go. Federal Reserve President Powell talking right now again about endless asset purchases and easy money for the market. Nuclear debt issuance and creation, it's incredible. But as you can see, the market loved it. Absolutely incredible. It really is. Here, then this is me. I go on. Okay, look, I'm listening to this, and I really can't take it. So this is me. In the history of the world, there has never been a more twisted financial system than now. Central banks are buying it all as they fuel the monster debt bubble by design. And when this debt bubble bursts, the largest transfer of wealth the world has ever seen will occur. And nothing here, people, is by accident. And I know that you know that. Incredible. It really is. Let's just move forward. So Fed Chair Powell today started talking about the digital dollar. See what they're doing? Floating out these things. They're trying to get you comfortable with hearing about it. Because once you hear about it enough, and then we have the currency crisis, which is coming, oh, don't worry about it. We have a digital dollar. It's going to save everything. Understand, that's how this is being set up. Not a syllable that comes out of this man's mouth is not scripted. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Listen to this. You're going to love this. This is what really, really got the market going. Federal Reserve President, Chairperson Powell. The Fed will adjust its asset purchases as appropriate. Here is the translation from me. Expect that the Fed will exponentially expand its asset purchasing program. You got to learn how to decipher these things, people. You got to learn how to decipher. Now, in your opinion, this is me, should the Federal Reserve be allowed to create any sum of cash it wants to, just magically create it, add it to a digital screen, and then go out and use that created cash to buy anything they want, any asset they want to? Do you think that's okay? Does that even sound right to you? Well, that is what's going on. And as you can see, the market is just loving it. It's incredible. Now here we go again. We get another Fed president today, President Brainerd, okay? She's trying to prevent her face from contorting in this picture into the creature that she actually is. Here we go. Fed Brainerd says the U.S. economy is far from full employment and inflation goals. And here we go. If you read the article, she's admitting that the Federal Reserve intends to print epic sums of cash out of thin air and buy more assets. Could you imagine being a Fed president and having this kind of power? While the economy is in free fall, while people are starving, literally, can't make this stuff up. Now, going back to Federal Reserve Chair Powell. Here we go. Today, he mentioned debts and deficits. Now, he wants you to ignore these things. Let me just read this to you. Fed Powell, again, wants people to ignore exploding debts and deficits. Don't worry about it, because the Fed is buying it all. That's really what he's saying, people. You can't make this stuff up. Look, this is me again earlier, getting a little crazy. Fed presidents are not human. They are not human beings. I want you to understand that. And parents here, some parents, all right, this is on a totally different note, are volunteering their children to partake in this COVID vaccine trial. I know Pfizer's doing it. You remember I was a shareholder in Pfizer. I dumped my entire stake in Pfizer when I found out they were testing this vaccine on children. And these parents, what are they thinking? Do they know what's in this vaccine? They don't. Maybe they're getting paid to do it. Maybe they want to, pimp off their children. What's the difference? I don't understand. Sex trafficking or allowing your children here to be injected with a substance that may permanently affect their health in a negative way. There's no way to tell. Unbelievable. So going back to the Fed Chair Yellowstein's testimony today has certainly reassured the market, which is surging higher, that the Fed will literally buy it all. Epic debt expansion. Does that sound familiar to you? Should sound familiar to you, because pretty much that's what I've been explaining. And by the way, the Federal Reserve system that allows banks to send money back and forth, it went down today. Maybe it's some kind of a test run. Again, they're going to issue a digital dollar, people, a whole new system. It's already ready to go. They just got to create the currency crisis. Create that currency crisis, wait for the public outcry, offer their solution. It's very simple. Very, very simple. And again, I'm going to let you in on a big secret here. If you look at the comments in this video, you're going to see a scammer here. The guy is posting links. He's posting an email address. Looks like me. In fact, he puts ManarinoGregory@gmail. This is not me. Okay, this is a guy scamming people. Some people have already sent this guy money. They have sent this guy cryptocurrency. He's a scam artist. And the more I block this guy, the more he comes back. So help me out. When you see this, when you see a link posted with my name that looks a little fishy to you, it should be my name would be surrounded in black if it were real, with a check mark next to it, which determines that it's actually me. If you see some funky looking email address, it's not me. It's the scam artist. Report the scam artist. All right, he's taking people, and I just hate that. Oil futures post highest finish in over 13 months. Imagine my surprise. No, I've been telling you that crude oil is going higher. It's the lifeblood of the military-industrial complex, people. Once you wake up to that, once you understand the game that you are a pawn in, your entire life will change. Until that point, you will have no idea what's actually going on, and you're not living in real time, like I told you earlier. Everything you're seeing right now is an effect of some cause that was put into effect a long time ago. Welcome to the New World Order. All right, with that said, people, very important video. Lots of stuff here that I covered that I think are important. Please share the video. Get it out there. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out of here.